What is up, everybody? Got a one kind of a update video, or something similar to that, here at the arcade down here in Cleveland. It's a very, very nice building we have here. It's very historic. Maybe one day I'll do a little walk around with it, but it's not too relevant right now. This video, I got a lot of notes here, so not a lot, but a decent amount. I gotta get out just for, like, once again, the archives. I don't really care too much about what's going on here in real time for myself, because I know this is all needed. But for the future, I kind of need this to kind of help vindicate people who are hopefully not in a super similar situation as this, but something to where they can at least have something that they can kind of go off of. You know what I'm saying? So this one is basically just for the people who are just constantly crying and coping and seething every single day about why they're here, why they're doing this thing, and why I enjoy it. I love it every second of it. That's the reason why I put myself in these situations, is to get these people to show themselves in this cry, honestly, every single day. And obviously, the old saying, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take it personal, you can, but the people who know who this is for is clearly for them. But yeah, they're always crying about either, like, somewhat current events or past events that happened months ago or even years ago. You know what I'm saying? And once they never have the courage to actually speak to me. They always talk to me in passing. That's the reason why I put myself out here in public, is so I can give them that chance to have a little bit of courage to speak to me, since I don't know, maybe they don't feel worthy to speak to me in public or face to face or whatever. But either way, you know what I'm saying, I give them what they need, essentially. But yeah, they just keep just crying, honestly, just constantly crying about things that happened, once again, in the past or in the present. It's pretty, I don't say comical, because nothing about this is truly funny. A lot of people are kind of involved and they're getting hurt, but still, they keep crying about things that honestly are out of their control, and they can't do anything about them. They can't stop them. You know what I'm saying? You can't really tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just keep crying every single day. Even like about my money situation, keep crying about that. I can do what I want with my money. Y'all know damn well that I can make way more money than I'm making right now. There's a bunch of data and studies that say there is almost a damn near one-to-one correlation between attractiveness and wealth. You know what I'm saying? I think we all know I can make $1 million like a year from now if I truly wanted to. We get that. So keep crying about my financial situation. It's like, if you want to, that's fine. Whatever you need to cope with your situation, right? But it has nothing to do with me. We all know what the truth is. But at the end of the day, it's all part of theater. But another thing that I wanted to bring up is how these people are constantly operating off of their ego. You know what I'm saying? Constantly just can't see like 2 feet of the front of them. You know what I'm saying? They can't really comprehend what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Even though I try to give them as much information as possible about what I'm doing and how I'm carrying myself. I guess we are just so far apart from each other as people. They just can't comprehend someone, doing something and advocating for themselves and doing things that they said they're going to do. I keep reminding them that it's just for the future and this can't happen again. You know what I'm saying? But they see what I'm doing. They think that I'm just doing it because it's like some impulse thing, you know what I'm saying, some spur of the moment thing. That's something that I thought about and calculated for a while, and I just decided to do it that day in that time, using those tactics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what this is. I know y'all can't really do anything to me, truly. I understand, like, who's truly in control of this situation. I'll let y'all, talk your shit and do whatever you want, but we all know what's going on. So it's just, once again, this is kind of like a lot of Cleveland shit too. So I'm not even sure if these people are local. I'm not sure where they came from. I'm not sure who they are. I know they weren't in my environment before I went to county. So I'm not sure what brought them here, but I'm hoping they're enjoying their time at least. But You know, it just, once again, it just, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, they're just going to continue to cry and cry and cope and seethe about their life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm sorry that you have the life that you have, and that you're not me. But there has to be like in the future. Obviously, we all do what we need to do in the present. In the future, it has to be better and more healthier copes than this crying to me every 15, every chance you get. Truly, you know what I'm saying? Like you just kind of keep it pushing, like most people do. They don't say anything, but y'all just have to biologically, do that, which kind of goes into another point of, I keep talking about black pill content, which is basically reality and how things kind of are. You know what I'm saying? You can't really go away from what things naturally are. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't spend a single second walking past you and talking about anything about your life at all. Like I don't. I'm not even like being hyperbolic. I don't think of you, any of you. I not because I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like I have to continue doing what I'm doing. I have to continue being the person that you're here for. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not here for you. You're here for me. And how I continue to keep that going is by worrying about myself and worrying about things that help me in the present to continue doing what I'm doing. So I'm not sure how you carry yourselves, but clearly you don't have enough motion to have people do this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I just was this being Dimitri for 12, 13 years, and now I got all this attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people like you turned me into this mystical, magical, legendary person. You know what I'm saying? That I don't truly believe I deserve, but it's kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, it's once again, it's just I don't know what I can do truly to make things better for y'all, to where you just don't have to cope this way. You know what I'm saying? Like where you're hurting yourself way more than you're hurting me. I just have to archive this to let people know who are in this situation where people are going technically not out of their way, but in the long term out of their way just to cry. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving you any relevant information. They aren't really kind of giving you anything to really better yourself, other than seeing how not to behave, honestly. But it's once again, it's for the archives, it's for the future, it's for the future people who are being in, who have been in or currently going through a similar thing. But at the same time, all of this is needed. So I love it. It's ultimately all this whole situation that I'm in. Every situation I've always been, it's always been about love. You know what I'm saying? Like this is nothing but love. Y'all are literally in love with me. The majority of y'all, the crybabies. And this is kind of how you show it, and that's probably why you probably don't have too many loving relationships, because of this is kind of how you carry yourself, which is it's your life. Some people have to some people learn from other people's mistakes, and other people learn from their own mistakes. So I'm glad that I get to learn from y'all and learn at least how not to treat someone that I'm in love with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go past them and just kind of cry and talk shit. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, so I can continue to attract the people that I want in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for being that I guess that foil. You know what I'm saying? That yin to my yang, even though that's not really what that means. It's still I still appreciate it. So it's like, even though all of this happens, all this is something that's needed. I feel like this has to be also part of it. You know what I'm saying? How people just have to cope and see about their situations. Hopefully you can hear all the theater that's been going on around me as well. This is kind of like my lived experience in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of what happens when you have such a lethal face card. You know what I'm saying? Where people just have to be around you no matter what. They truly can't spend more than I can only imagine how these people feel once they have to leave. You know what I'm saying? They won't be able to be around me anymore and cry and have these opportunities to be this close to me. I truly don't know how they're going to cope, but they'll do what they need to do, because at the end of the day, also I'm coming to terms with, this is probably the best thing that has and ever will happen to these people. You know what I'm saying? They will never be able to top this, ever. Like they just won't. They'll never be able to have lived through a event as meaningful and as impactful as this, right? They won't be able to do it themselves, and they probably won't be doing whatever they're doing in my behalf, or whatever Cleveland's behalf, I should say, ever again. You know what I'm saying? So this is their crash out. This is their Hail Mary moment where they're just kind of just going all out and just doing the most. Like I said, it's all part of nature. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of the black pill. You know what I'm saying? We all kind of are biologically driven to go towards the most attractive, physically, emotionally, mentally, all those things, person, and put yourself in that person's vicinity, essentially. So everywhere I go, that's why I put myself in these positions. I'm at the arcade, one or the other. I'm downtown, I'm in Lakewood. I make sure I put myself in the public so y'all can do your theater every single day. The crybabies every single day. Like the yesterday I was at the I think it's called like the Reading Garden at the main branch downtown library, and these five YNs came over there. Two of them, there's five of them all together. Two of them did like this theater ass fight right in front of me. I called them out for it. And they did their thing. They walked away. It's just that just happens like every single day. Not specifically, but that just happens every single day, where it's just they have to be in my presence. They have to let themselves know. They have to act like clowns, truly, like jesters, in my presence. And it's just like, you know what? Do what you need. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not going to give you any type of orders. That's not my role. But at the same time, it's very, very transparent what you're doing and why you're around, and why you aren't around other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't truly know why you will want to be this close to someone that you don't even speak to. Truly, I don't. I am doing my best to empathize with that. I've never say never, trying not to act like a Sith, but I haven't been in too many of those situations where I've done that myself, right? Or people who I admire have done that either. You know what I'm saying? We kind of, when we're around people that we want to be around, we kind of at least let that person know that to some extent. At least personally, so we're both on the same page, or we're all on the same page. But people do things that they need to do, and it's all for the best. So it's all good, no matter what. But
probably I would doubt it.
She said,
my last thing, I'm just reading this to make sure. This is all kind of like jealousy of why, like some of you, especially for a while, have been crying a lot. I remember when I was still in the storage unit, this one bald white dude was like, he sighed real loud and said, "I'm sick of this shit," right? It's like, you can leave, bro. Like, once again, you can get some motion. You can do some admirable things. You can do this, and you can have people go after you. You know what I'm saying? You can have people advocating for you. You can have people doing things for you. You know what I'm saying? No one really kept you from doing that. I know I didn't. I never met you before this. I'm pretty sure I didn't. So I'm not sure why you're. I know, like, it's not personal, but it's like, I'm not sure why you're constantly want to sabotage yourself, knowing that the reason why you're doing this is because of who you are. It has nothing to do with me. You're sick of yourself. So I'm hoping. I haven't seen him since then. Hopefully he got reassigned or whatever. But it's like, I truly hope that you find what you need and find your peace, because I'm not really entirely sure why you haven't really come to terms with the fact that you are your worst enemy and you are the reason why you're there. It has nothing to do with me. But it's people they have their path, and they're going to go down it. I think I touched on most of this. I don't want to make this too long, but to talk about me putting myself in public just to give them a chance to do their theater. People, you're all in love with me based off your actions. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with this since I was a kid, so not everybody who's in love with me says nice and kind things, but you don't have to say anything. The fact that you're constantly talking about things over and over and over again, knowing damn well I know what I'm doing. We all know what we're doing, so it's like, I know what I'm doing with my money, with my living situation, with everything. I know what I'm doing, so it's like, it's all good. You can kind of keep doing what you need. I'm not giving you any orders, like I said. Operating off your ego, not really seeing things for what it is, and it's something that I think I got all of it. Just more Black Pill content. I think I made the video. I made it. I'm not sure if I uploaded it. More Black Pill content will be coming, but this is all of it. Everything in life is kind of, reality, how things have always been. So, you know, to wrap this bad boy up, I appreciate everything as always. The crybabies, the people who are showing love, everyone in whichever side that you're on. But this video is specifically for the crybabies and how, I love literally going outside just to run into y'all every single day. Every single day, I love it. It irks me. It irks me a little bit to see people once again sabotage themselves and not have the not be able to self-reflect, understand that you're the reason why you're in this situation, right? I understand that I'm the reason why I'm in this situation. That's why I don't project as much as y'all do. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that maybe this video, this something in your life will kind of get you down the right path to understand that this is kind of on you, nothing to do with me. If you don't want to do this, then do something in your personal life to get you out of this situation, essentially. You know what I'm saying? No one's kind of forcing you to be here. This is kind of something that you need to do just because of something in your life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you did a bad deed or something. I don't know, but you once again projecting and this spewing out all your toxicity and your venom towards people just because, once again, something that you did. It's like I don't really understand why you haven't really gotten to that point, especially since some of you are like old enough to be my parents. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just continue to just cry and cry and cry, but at the same time, it's like I understand that once again everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And people they need to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's all something that is like a biological, like their body needs to do these things, and for me to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your sacrifice to really like show me how not to be and how not to carry myself. I'm not going to, but it's once again good to get reminders of how not to carry myself. You know what I'm saying? And how to continue to go down this path and continue doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? This is something that is very vindicating for myself. Truly it is. But it's not about me. You know what I'm saying? Even though the ego, my ego was very much happy about this. This truly is about, making sure this doesn't repeat itself, which is not. I understand that, but still I need to keep reminding myself that, as well as everybody else, that once again you keep bringing up past events all you want. It was leading up to this. Everything is always leading up to this. So hopefully from this situation that you're in Cleveland, in the Cleveland space, I guess, you can get once again some motion, some pull, some type of thing going in your life to where this can happen to you. Maybe I have to go and advocate and be there for you someday. Truly, I mean that, like honestly. I will love to return that favor. That's something that's in the cards, right? But you crying about it every single day is only hurting you. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me the vindication that I need, giving y'all more content. It's giving the people who are going to watch this and kind of be in similar situations where people are just kind of going out of their way. Technically not truly, but you get what I'm saying. People are just putting themselves in the position to this absolutely just show the worst parts of themselves to make sure that you don't become that. So once again, I appreciate you truly, but so keep crying. It's going to be the name of this video, but at the same time, hopefully you guys can get to a space to where you can self-reflect and understand that this is on you. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with me. You can talk about things in my situation all you want. At the end of the day, this is kind of on you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I've done was needed. You know what I'm saying? Everything I say, everything about what's going on with me is needed. Same thing with you. So the fact that you just can't come to terms with those things, or just struggling with something, it's just nothing. It's not personal. It has nothing to do with me. But that's basically it. I don't make this longer than 20 minutes. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Keep crying. Keep coping. Keep seething. You can't be me, but you can be the best version of you that you can. And the rest of y'all, I love y'all. We're going to keep this going, and let's keep making history, as we always do, every day.